Hi there, I'm Luca Paris. I'm going to take you on a culinary journey, a nice romantic dinner for two. That's right, first we're going to do these little pizzas with shrimp and arugula, nice and light. Then we're going to go to a simple tilapia dish. White wine, cream, tomatoes, and just a little hint of spice. And finish that off with Frutta di Bosco. What's that all about? Well, you're going to find out because your culinary journey starts now. Hey everybody, welcome back. Again, I'm Luca Paris. This is our culinary journey to a nice romantic dinner for two. We're going to start off with something really simple. It's using these naan breads, or you could use pizza shells or whatever to make little mini pizzas, nice and light. So we're going to get these with a little bit of oil on our grill, and then we're going to cook up some shrimp to go along with that. Let's get that going. Here we go. A little bit of oil on each, and what I like to do, rub them together. See? Ta-da! And we'll get those on in our grill pan, one at a time. I made a third one in case you have company, but then that doesn't make it a romantic dinner for two. We're going to be doing a shrimp pizza, so I'm going to get my shrimp and I'm going to cut it up, because one of the things with pizza, you don't want these big pieces on there where they kind of fall out. And with the romantic dinner, you want to make sure that everything is dainty and easy to eat. Remember that, because if it's not, it becomes a mess. Oh, that's a whole nother dinner, but we'll talk about that another time. Let's get our first one with a little bit of grill on it. Get our sheet pan and get that ready for it. Then after this, we're going to do a tilapia dish, light, flaky white fish that we're going to give a little simple lemon cream sauce. And wait for dessert. Dessert's the best part. Frutta di Bosco, or fruit of the forest. Bunch of different berries and try and say that too many times. Bunch of different berries, and then we're going to do a whipped cream and a puff pastry. So let's cut up our shrimp. Just going to cut up little pieces of shrimp here. Get in our pan so we get it sauteing. So we're cooking our shrimp ahead of time because we're also grilling the bread, or the pizza is actually made ahead of time. The bread is cooked, so we're not worrying about our shrimp overcooking. After we put this in the oven, we're basically going to try to just warm everything up and melt our cheese. We're going to do a little bit of that ahead of time too. So it's going to be a quick dish. Let's get that onto here. Those two are on. Shut off our grill pan, and we'll get our shrimp a-cooking. There you go. I'm just going to bring our grill pan to cool off. Sorry about that. You thought I was too gone there. Hey, I'm back. I brought our grill pan to cool off. There we go. We'll get our shrimp cooking. Little shrimp in there. We're going to get some salt and pepper. We're going to get that cooking down. Now, one of the things what we're doing when we're trying to create a dish or trying to create a small, intimate get-together, some of these things have to be done ahead of time. So you can cook your shrimp and your ingredients for your pizza a little bit ahead of time, because then we'll put it on after we grill it, pop it right in the oven. We get a little bit of arugula that we'll get ready for our salad. And we're going to get some shallots with our shrimp. And we'll cook those in real quick. A little more salt and pepper. We'll get this on high. There you go. Our pizza right over here, or our pizza shell, we're going to put a little bit of sauce on it. Very light. When you do a marinara sauce or any type of sauce on a pizza, you want to go nice and light, because you don't want to give too much moisture to the shell whenever you're making a pizza. Too much moisture, it's not going to let the pizza cook. And this way, we just get a little bit of flavor without overdoing it. All right, shrimp cooks really quickly. Almost there. We're going to add our feta cheese. Oh, this is going to be so yummy. The feta is going to melt with the shrimp. The best part of this, though, when we get to it, is actually going to be putting on the cold salad on top of the shrimp. Waiting to see how that goes. All right. So, get our shrimp right on there. Ta-da. Look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. It's going to be so yummy. All right. So let's get this in the oven. We'll get this cooking for about 5 minutes, and we'll get our salad ready. And the salad, really simple to make. We're going to take some simple, easy ingredients like arugula. There's the arugula we need for it. I'm going to take some lemon juice. And salt and pepper and extra virgin olive oil. Ta-da. We use kosher salt. Kosher salt will give a lot of flavor and at the same time won't over salt. Salt's an enhancer, not necessarily a flavor. So we just using kosher salt enhances all the flavors around it. And by doing those simple ingredients, we have a cool, bright salad to go with our dish. Now this is what we're going to do. I'm going to reset up. We're going to get the tilapia ready. We're going to pull the pizza out right before we make the tilapia. We'll put this right on top. We'll get that going, and we'll start with our tilapia dish. And don't forget about the wonderful dessert we're going to do next, Frutta di Bosco. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. So now when we left, I had pizzas in the oven, right? We made these little pizzette with some shrimp and feta cheese on them. Let's check them out, see how they're doing. Make sure I have my spatula here. All right. Oh, I didn't go anywhere. I'm right here. There you go. Look at that beautiful pizza. Now we use these little shells. These shells are actually non-bread, but you could use any type of pizza shell. And of course, if you want shrimp, have shrimp on there. If you want to put a little chicken on there, or you don't want to do meat, you want to do a regular pizza, the world is your oyster. That's, ooh, oysters. Oysters, special night out. Now we're talking. Now that's one of the other things you could do. Now the thing I like best, and of course there's some feta cheese on here. We could put just about anything. Nice peppery arugula with a little bit of lemon and extra virgin olive oil on it. What's great about doing a peppery arugula like that, it's going to balance off on the creaminess of the feta cheese and then the marinara sauce, and then you have your arugula. Just a nice balance. And then you cut it up. This one, it's such a beautiful dish. It's nice and delicate. Okay, maybe just a touch messy with the arugula, but that bright, vibrant arugula and lemon just really makes the whole dish pop. That's what we're going to do right there. Whoa. I'm nervous. She's coming over soon. You know, the romantic dinner. That happens too. And then this extra part is for our Lee, our producer. So I'll just save it for him right down there. He'll get that later. And there you go. That's our first dish. Simple, quick. You could use almost any ingredient you want on top of it. Remember oysters? Not bad. All right. So while we got that going, that's our first course. I'm going to get out my tilapia. And let's make our second course. Tilapia is a light, flaky white fish, making a beautiful dish. And with the tilapia, what's great about it cooks rather quickly. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to season tilapia a little bit. We're going to put flour right on the other plate. Look at that, beautiful, my little flour there. We're going to get oil in the pan. We'll pan sear the tilapia. Now, what's great about this fish too, it's going to cook all the way through in this one pan dish. So remember, if you're the guy cooking this romantic dinner, last thing you want to do is dishes. That's right. The more pots and pans you have to clean up, the worse it's going to be. So we're just going to get a couple of pieces in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score the fish too. And that's right on the bigger part of the fish. I like to score it because it also cuts down on the cooking time. And we're not going to worry about the fish getting dry or not having moisture or not being light and flaky because we're going to cook the sauce into the fish once we flip it over. All right, let's get this over here. This guy's for me for later. And we're going to also get our asparagus going. A couple of different versions of cooking asparagus. If you learn from a French chef, what they're going to tell you is you want to blanch your vegetables first, and then you want to saute them. You learn from an Italian chef, one thing he's going to say to you is you're going to always just saute all your vegetables, nothing else. Saute and keep all the nutrients and the ingredients and all the great flavors in there. And we're going to throw some asparagus in there. We'll get that on. And these should be done right around the same time. So the tilapia, we'll get a flip on it. What's great about tilapia, even though it's light, flaky whitefish, it's also firm enough to be able to turn over early on in the cooking process. It won't break apart on you. Now, as I flipped it over, we're going to add some ingredients to that, and that's going to be shallots. Now, for those of you who watch the show, you know how much I love cooking with shallots. Cross between the, so let's say it's in the onion family, and it adds a ton of flavor without really all that bite that an onion would have. So I'm going to put some shallots in there, and I'm going to chop a little bit of garlic. Now, why don't I put the garlic in ahead of time? Of course, if you put it in too early, it's going to burn on you, and we're not going to let that burn on you. So we're just going to get a little garlic in there, and not too much. Why? Remember, romantic dinner for two? Hello? Unless she doesn't mind garlic, then it's okay. All right, we got that going. We're going to add a little bit of white wine to this dish. And I'm going to add some grape tomatoes, or cherry tomatoes. No, these are grape tomatoes. And with all fish, I like to do a little bit of a blend of acidity and sweetness or creaminess. So we're going to finish this off with a little cream too. Really simple. And some lemon juice. It kind of matches the first dish we did. There's a little bit of lemon juice in there. A little bit of lemon juice with our asparagus, which is cooking rather nicely. Let's turn down the heat on that. All right. A little more salt and pepper. We apply salt and pepper in various stages. What it does, it starts to bring out the flavors. When you salt tomatoes, what happens is that it brings out moisture. It's going to add more moisture to the dish. It's going to add more flavor to the dish. If you don't salt them, you put them in, they'll cook just as nice, but it won't bring in that much more flavor. One of the things I like to do is add the tomatoes, the shallots, and the garlic, salt them, then the wine, and the wine itself too brings in another level of flavor. Finally, we're going to put some cream in this dish. So you see everything we have? The cream is going to bring everything together. It's like a whole little party happening. And by the time the cream reduces, we have our full dinner item. Ta-da! We got that out. Garnish the plate a little bit, because everybody loves a little garnish, right? I feel like I'm back in the 80s. There you go. We all remember those garnishes. And watch how this cream sauce just comes right down and reduces and gets a ton of flavor. Now what I like to do is see more color in my dishes. So what can we do? What can we do? No, we can't do that. So sometimes I get a little crazy and want to try something totally different. But we'll get some green on the plate. All right, and you want to bring this out all together to your... And a cool way to enjoy this as a couple is to eat as a couple. What do you think about that? I'll put one there. One there, and you share this with each other. We'll put the tomatoes right over the top. Ta-da. And there's our second dish. Really light, simple, fun. Again, easy to do, so you don't, and all done in one pan, well, except for the asparagus, but it still works. We get all those flavors right on there. That's our second dish of the day. That's the tilapia, the tomatoes, hint of lemon juice and cream to go along with our mini pizzas. Gets better, trust me. When we come back, we're going to be doing Frutta di Bosco, fruit of the forest, the ultimate dessert for the ultimate night. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. What I'm making here is our dessert. So we're going to start off with adding a little powdered sugar to cream that I've been whipping. This is heavy cream. It's 36% fat or higher. You'll even find them as they're called like whipping cream. You could get that also. But you could do this in a mixer, or you know what? If you want to tell her that you spent a lot of time working on it, you could say, oh, look, I actually whipped it. Or you could buy a can and spray it. Well, but this is the only way I think of it. So I put a little powdered sugar and a little vanilla. And that's just going to be our flavor. And, ooh, for the kicker, just in case you didn't have enough wine, put a little bit of Chambord in there, okay? This will make a nice little chantilly cream. All right. This could be a while. This is the time I wish I had a guest. I'd make them do this, and then I'd do everything else. All right, it's getting there. So we're going to finish this in a second. I'm going to come back to you in a second. And I want to talk a little bit about puff pastry. Puff pastry that you can buy right in the stores. They even have a mold in now. What I'm doing with the puff pastry, I have a couple in the oven, but what I did is cut them into 2 squares, sprayed the sheet pan. In about 8 to 9 minutes, they'll be ready. They'll puff up nice, and we're going to go in and get those. So that's working. The other thing I want to get going is, again, nice and simple. We want to make it as easy as possible. And this is something, again, that can be done ahead of time. We're going to cut up some strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, any berries you want. And we're going to make what would amount to an Italian version of strawberry shortcake. So if that's all she likes is strawberries, just put the strawberries. I just like a nice assortment of berries. Look at these blackberries, they're huge, they're gorgeous. These things pop. They have a little bit of bitterness to them and sweetness at the same time, and of course some raspberries. Hey, so if you ever get berries from the store, remember, you don't want to clean them ahead of time. They're going to fall apart on you, especially the raspberries. And they're so delicate. You're going to wash them just quickly before you use them. That's the only time, along with the blueberries. And look for them where they're a little bit plump, where when you push on them, not that you're going to get a chance to do that in the store, or they'll be like, wow, he's pushing on every single one. That's okay. Do that. They won't say anything. Well, you want to make sure they have a little give to them. Oh, a little more Chambord. I tell you there was going to be some Chambord in this dish. Is that enough? You want more? Okay. Give you a little more? All right. And we'll just toss those around. Ta-da! There we go. Let's go back to this thing. Let me check on my puff pastry real quick, too. Ooh, it's popping up. It's getting there. Let me turn this down. Just need a little bit more. Good, it gives me enough time to do that. So, to kind of recap what we were doing, we had it's the Chambord. It gets me every time. The amazing shrimp with feta on our pizzetta, and we put some baby arugula on them. And then we went to do our tilapia with a lemon cream sauce. Real simple. All right, there's our whipped cream. Let's get a puff pastry. Let's get a little plate to put this on. This side right here. And then finally, one of my favorite dessert dishes, one of the easiest, most fun dessert dishes to do, is the strawberries and whipped cream kind of combination. See how we're doing. Sometimes they don't puff up as much as you want them to. Just another second on that. All right, we'll just wait. No, we won't just wait. We'll just taste the blueberry. I mean blackberry. Let's go and get one of our puff pastries. And we'll take a little bit of the top off. And again, this could be done a little bit ahead of time, or you can do it right then and there. It's going to be a little bit hot. Let's just move this up a little. Ooh, I'm going to do that. There you go. Just pop that up like that. Put this in there. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. And then we add some of our whipped cream on it, and we're good to go. So when she comes over, life will be good, will be fun. A little bit more. There you go. There we have it, our last dish. Hey, I hope you had a good time. I had an awesome time making it for you. There were 3 easy dishes to do with, you could do it with family or friends, but it's for a loved one tonight. Enjoy, and I'll see you on our next culinary journey.